No one really prepares you for this concept that I'm about to bring up. And yeah, no one really prepares you for this kind of thing. At some point in everyone's life, everyone will experience this to some degree, or actually, not even to some degree, just they will experience this, what I'm about to say right now. And that is that, once all the, I guess you could say, the layers have been removed in terms of when people, institutions, society, like finally stops influencing you or finally lets you like become your own person, and they let you be free basically. Then now the question on what to do with your life is on you, completely on you now. And what do I mean by this? So let me like paraphrase it in a way that makes more sense. So, at least for my personal life, there was always either someone or something that either told me what to do or laid out some sort of path for me, right? So, I can bring up multiple examples. Religion told me what to do. The sport I was pursuing that I wanted to become a professional athlete in, which was soccer for the longest time, which I played for 8 years, that told me like what path to pursue, for that temporary moment in time. School, the education system, that gave me like the next step, just pass the next grade, or sorry, pass your classes, move on to the next grade and the next grade and the next grade and all the way until you graduate high school. And then or I guess even in college too. And parents had expectations. You need to do this with your life, you need to do XYZ with your life, right? And now that all of those are gone, now it's really up to me. um like, yeah, I still live with my parents, and they still kind of have some sort of authority in that way, with the fact that I'm living under their roof. But you get the point here, right? The point is, now I'm kind of experiencing this like moment in life where, like, really now experiencing it, where now there's really no one left to tell me what to do. And now I've finally, I guess you could say, achieved freedom in this capacity. And I thought life would be so great once I finally got to this point, this moment of freedom where now there's no one really telling me what to do. But you see, that's the problem now. Now that no one is telling me what to do, now there's infinite paths available. You know, I think you gotta, even if you aren't experiencing this particular moment that I'm trying to just do my best to describe. There's this thing where, like, you might even relate to this, but like everyone is kind of just like, now there's really, like, now at some point, like, now there's really no one there to tell you what to do with your life. And so it's like, now that you have all these infinite options in terms of the way your life can go from here on out, that's freedom. That's great. That on the outside looking in, that sounds super nice. But now the problem is, like, what do I want to do? What now? The question is on me, fully on me now. Like, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? And now, um it's been, I mean, I've been doing well, I guess, in trying to answer this question in through my actions in daily life. Now I have this YouTube channel and I'm posting it. But even with this YouTube channel, there's no one really to tell me. There's no one to really tell me like when to post, what to post, if I should post at all. Like, I can just stop posting these videos like at some point, and then like there's no one there to help hold me accountable. Um, I mean, yeah, like, I'm not in college anymore. So for those of you who still don't know, I dropped out of college around 2 months ago now, I think, and I'm never going back. And now I'm really kind of, I wouldn't really want to. I guess you could call it an existential crisis, but now with the fact that there's basically like infinite options, technically infinite ways my life can go from here on out. And the fact that there's no one really to tell me what to do or really keep me accountable in any sort of significant way. Now the question is, really, reality is putting this question on me, with like, okay, now what do I want to do for the rest of my life? And like I said, sounds nice, but it's also very scary at the same time, because now you're the master and the leader of your own destiny. And yeah, it's something that's hard to explain how you would feel when you go through it. But if you've been through this, then you would know. It's really that kind of thing where, like, you have to really experience it to believe it. And yeah, now there's really, like I said, there's infinite ways my life can go, technically infinite way possibilities in terms of the way my life can go from here on out. And now that there's no really restrictions. I guess the trap, I guess maybe not the trap, but people think maybe the harder part was finally becoming free in this aspect, in the way that I described it. But people think it's not, the hard part is becoming free. I think the harder part is actually, you know, life now questioning you what you're going to do with this freedom. I think that's really the harder part about all of this.